Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us on the Uganda Catholic Television. It's a Friday, 18th day of October 2024. Welcome to Uctv News with me, Sunday Gloria Aboj. And we are going to start straight into our bulletin with the Uganda Martyrs University that has today held its 30th graduation ceremony at the main campus in Nkozi, with over 2,000 students receiving degrees and diplomas across various disciplines. Presiding over the event, the Bishop Joseph Anthony Ziwa, or the chairman of the Uganda Episcopal Conference and also Bishop of Chinda-Mityana Diocese, praised the university for its dedication to quality education and instilling strong moral values in its students. The bishop highlighted the enduring courage and inspiration of the Uganda Martyrs, which continue to shape UMU's mission to positively impact the society. The graduates representing various UMU campuses were tasked to make meaningful contributions in their communities and beyond. Uganda Martyrs University graduation has been held under the theme Celebrating Our Heritage and Positioning Uganda Matters.
Thank you very much, the brass band, for ushering in the procession. Those who are bearing flags of different countries. UMU is going international. The deans
has exhibited courage in the face of persecution. For example, St. Charles Rwanga said, quote, "I am willing to die for my faith," end of quote. And one of his other companions, St. Matia Mulumba, said, quote, "I will not deny my Lord. I am a Catholic and I will die a Catholic," end of quote. So brave were they in the face of death. This bravery inspires many Catholics to stand steadfast in their faith. The same bravery inspires Uganda Martyrs University's mission of providing quality higher education, training and research for the betterment of society, guided by ethical values. This is an uphill task today in a society which emphasizes moral relativism and which seeks to promote academics at the expense of morality. I commend Uganda Martyrs University for sticking to instilling moral values and Christian principles in our students. Dear graduates, know that your education at this great institution is not just a personal achievement, but a gift to serve others with integrity, humility, and fairness. The Uganda Martyrs were devoted to God. Their sacrifice demonstrates ultimate loyalty to God and the Catholic Church. Today, matters of faith in God have been relegated to secondary issues. For some people, God is no longer the center of action. Uganda Martyrs University continues to stand out as one of the academically high-ranking private institutions without losing track of centrality of God in our operations. The Uganda Martyrs engaged in personal, household, and occupational activities without losing sight of their God. Uganda Martyrs University is itself a great witness to the martyrs that in running our daily errands, one can still stay devoted to God. Amidst keeping God at the center of our activities, Uganda Martyrs University has achieved academic excellence Likewise, in sports, our football team has performed tremendously well. Our dear graduates, as you join the world of work, I urge you to keep always God in sight. Your faith and values should guide your decisions. Always carry the torch of integrity, honesty, and moral principles. The Uganda Matters shared suffering, bridged denominational divides. The Catholic-Protestant unity, even at the sites of martyrdom, especially at Namugongo, fostered belief in one God. The unfortunate religious wars that existed at the dawn of Christianity in Uganda may not be common anymore today. However, indirect religious intolerance and indifferentism are common in some places, institutions, and communities. We are sending you out, dear graduates, whose right to religious affiliation to their various faiths has been highly respected here at Uganda Matters University. I hope this tolerance and respect can be propagated by our graduates in your workstations and communities.
The Uganda Communications Commission has announced the plans to sanction broadcasters for airing inappropriate and offensive content on television, radio stations, and online platforms. The UCC Executive Director, Nyombi Temba, revealed this during a press conference at the UCC headquarters in Bogolobi, stressing that such content violates the minimum broadcasting standards as outlined in Section 31 and Schedule 4 of the Uganda Communications Act 2013. Tembo emphasized that broadcasters must ensure that all programs adhere to public morality, comply with existing laws, and that adult-oriented content is appropriately scheduled.
We should now touch where it pains most. We shall go for fines. We are now going for maximum because the problem is failing to go down. We are going for maximum. Fines and revocation of license. We'll do it. Fines maximum, 10% of annual gross revenue, and revocation of license. Because we have suspended, we have talked, we have used moral suasion. All these have really failed. Now it looks like the panacea should be interventions, which are in our regulatory toolbox. We have these fines, which can go up to 10% of our annual gross revenue. You would ask yourself, how do you know our annual gross revenue? We have this annual gross revenue. You know your licensing obligation. Every year you file your financials with us, so we know how much you get. So calculating 10% at UCC can't be a very big problem. I have the highest concentration of mathematicians here, so calculating 10% will be a very easy thing to give to the accounting officer to sign that letter or that invoice to you. This is something we don't want to do, but which we shall be which we shall be pleased to do for the good of our country. So you are directed that all content, including music videos, actually most of this offensive content now has shifted to be hidden into music videos. That's where it is. So make sure before you broadcast these, you pass via the Media Council You know the address? Pass via there and let this one be graded. It's called the Media Council. Before being aired, they have to be classified. You see those piggies, they have a lot of meaning. Is it piggy? Yeah. You classify so that people know. People must make choice. No, this is piggy 14, piggy 16, piggy whatever. Let them be classified. And I've also talked about scheduling. We are not taking away the choice of people seeing what they should see. But what we want to prevent, those who are not supposed to see certain content shouldn't see it. And that has a lot to do with scheduling. You know, in the past, the Commission has directed a number of broadcasting houses to reschedule their programming so that content that we feel shouldn't be broadcast at certain hours to be shifted to other hours. We are human beings. We know that we are on earth. We don't want to make life very difficult for Ugandans, but we must preserve our culture, especially we must ensure that our children are not abused.
Keep emphasizing, we're not stopping people from producing or creating adult-oriented content. All we want to be sure that that adult-oriented content is consumed by adults and not minors, children, and there are adequate protection measures put in place. We are also going to do a campaign where we can educate people to how to use their phones, especially those that are used by children, where you do not receive the offensive content unless you're searching for it intentionally. So all those stages are in progress and we'll be updating you.
The Archbishop of Mbarara Development Association, Amda, has honored Uganda Catholic Television and other outstanding partners for their significant contributions to the success of the recent Amda Caravan. During a breakfast meeting held at Silver Springs Hotel in Kampala this morning, sponsors received appreciation certificates in various categories. Amda Secretary General Anthony Ruchuche used the occasion to call on potential funders to support their upcoming Nyamitanga Parish Caravan.
Started in 2013, Amda is an umbrella association uniting all Catholics that hail from Kwara Archdiocese living in Kampala and the metropolitan area, which was established with the purpose of extending support in form of free special health services, spiritual renewal, particularly in the Catholic faith, socio-economic empowerment, among others, to the less privileged communities within the different Catholic parishes. During an exclusive interview with the Secretary General, Anthony Ruchuche, he acknowledged the tremendous contribution rendered by the various sponsors, including Uganda Catholic Television, which led the success of their recent 10th Amda Caravan Rushoka, and Bweziwera Catholic Parish in Intungamo District, where thousands of Catholic devotees were relieved with free medical services and other social services.
So today we are here to, in a small way, say thank you to our partners. We had very many partners. Our budget was about 5 million shillings, and we raised about 390 million shillings from our partners and members who paid to board this caravan, and we're eternally grateful for that. So we are here to award them in a small way, to thank them for standing with us, and also interest them to journey with us in future caravans. Next year we hope to be in the city, specifically parish, with the same message, with similar message, similar services, and drawing lessons from what we've seen in other caravans to try and make this bigger and better for the glory of God and the service of God.
Father Darius Magunda, the chaplain of the association, highlights on why they should carry on with the spirit of generosity instead of waiting on the government's intervention all the time.
We are partners of development. It's not only the responsibility of government, it is also a responsibility of everybody, especially the religious organizations, because I think we are the most active humanitarian bodies or groups that bring about development and well-being topic. I'm calling on the Catholics to continue this partnership, this development, especially in our Archdiocese of Mbarara, but also the other dioceses. Actually, not only the Catholics, but all the religious bodies to be more involved in bringing about well-being to our people.
The recent Amda Caravan benefited thousands of vulnerable people from Mushoka and Bwezuwera, something that has promoted the Rushenyi constituency legislator Naomi Kabasharira to propose for the extension of the same initiative to all parts of the country.
How I wish these initiatives could actually be rolled out in the whole of the country through these religious centers, because this is, I call it religious, although their services go beyond religion, because in treating, they treat each other, every person, despite their religious background. So how I wish it could spread to other dioceses in other parts of the country, because the impact they leave on the ground is imaginable. It is just too much, and you know, they go down to the grassroots and they have all sorts of professionals that you can think they are actually rich in human resources. Every profession they have, so they find it easy, but also they have passion for what they do, and they love.
Report compiled by Joseph Kabali for UCTV News.
Just as kindly move to the edge.
And now, Kiruhura Development Agenda KDA has partnered with the Labour College of East Africa to improve access to quality education, facilities and services in Kiruhura District. KDA Chairman Jonathan Tarema announced that the two-year partnership will provide bursaries, training, research and professional advisory services and technical support. The initiative aims to benefit over 200 students, offering certificates and diplomas across various disciplines.
Information technology, human resource management, project planning and management, livestock management and entrepreneurship, crop production management, catering and hotel management, insurance and risk management, labor studies and workers' rights, among others. So the recipients of these bursaries will have an opportunity to pursue their dream career in these courses, among others that we could not list all of them here. These bursaries aim to financially support students who obtain minimum requirements at both O and A levels, but are not able to continue with studies and obtain diplomas and certificates because of resource constraints. Through our partnership with Labour College of East Africa, KDA will cover functional fees, all of them. All the functional fees required by the college, KDA will cover them, and also cover 50% of the tuition fees. KDA takes this opportunity to inform all interested students and applicants from Kiruhura district who possess the required admission requirements for both O and A levels that bursaries are available to pursue their academic and professional development dreams by accessing formal and non-formal training or to upgrade their current qualifications.
It is always very difficult for people to think about the disadvantaged, especially in terms of building capacity. And yet education is one of the elements of capacity that somebody can achieve to maneuver through life situations. So Kiruhura Development Agency, agenda, thank you so much for the heart. People who give is not necessarily that they have a lot, but they have a heart. So for that heart, we really thank you. And secondly, from Labour College of East Africa, our foundation is also grounded in building capacity, especially, as the word suggests, from the workers where we began from. We began with one diploma in labor rights, in labor studies and workers' rights, but we kept on extending it. Our unique selling point is that labor, being one of the main factors in production and yet very neglected, people think about capital, people think about land, and people think about those who manage the capital, the entrepreneurs, and they leave the laborer. So our courses, our selling point is every course that you have had has a very big labor component in it. Be it business administration, we have to teach people the labor aspects. Be it information technology, all the courses as they are mentioned, such that somebody who gets out comes out as a strong laborer.
Once again, we do appreciate your time here on the Uganda Catholic Television. UCTV News is going to take a break.
UCTV, good news for all.
Welcome to Seeds of Success. My name is Rwanga Godfrey. Seeds of Success, we talk about business environment.
If you want to be a millionaire, work for money. But billionaires work for wealth.
Social affairs.
Whom to blame via characters and talents? Is it tertiary institutions or humanity within the human beings?
And other topical issues. Don't miss on UCTV, good news for all.
And as we continue with Frank Kamulegeya, a car mechanic based in Bwaise, he has outlined the potential opportunities and challenges for those considering a career in mechanics. He noted that while the profession offers significant opportunities for skilled individuals, one of the biggest challenges mechanics face is car owners who request services on credit, which can strain their business. Let's take a look.
In our part 2, we are looking at what it takes for one to be a good mechanic. For those who want to become mechanics, Frank says that before you target money, one should have love for cars, and that will help them learn more about cars.
Nali nkyagala era nkubiriza nnyo abaana nti okukanika olina kuba ng'oyagala. Togenda mukanika nga tebakase. Togenda mukanika ng'okakiddwa. Olina kuba ng'oyagala. Okanika kubanga oyagala nali njagala nze okanika kwange manye okanika byemmanyi bingi naye ebiseera ebisinga ate singa ndowooza nafunawo ku chance n'ensomako genda ewala ate singa ndowooza ndi w'amaanyi nnyo okusinga ate kati wano kyeni abamakanika abavubuka nze mbagamba balekerawo okunyooma emirimu kintu kibi nnyo. Amakanika edda bagamba nga bw'abaalemwa bakola ki naye ate munnaye nze ngeyagalira sigwina mbuzibu nze nsiiba mu mmotoka nze ne bwe mba ngikutteko bukwasi era nga wondaba wano wennyimiridde nakaniseko ebyange byenkanika ebya yingini nadde ntekako sirindeedi yabadde ekyamuse tekako sirindeedi omugagga najja n'agamba neyo wayalingi kamukyuse lumungi gye ku
Just like any other business owners, even car mechanics face big losses, especially from people who don't pay for their services on time.
Tusanga obuzibu bw'amaanyi nnyo ekibuuzo ekyo nkyeyanziza. Omugagga n'akulekera emmotoka n'akugamba kola. N'okola emmotoka n'oggyayo ebyuma spares w'abantu n'otekamu ssente zo mutuufu n'omaliriza okukola. Omugagga n'agamba talina ssente n'atuuka n'ekiseera ng'emmotoka ayagala gitwala naye nga takusasudde mu butuufu gwe n'osigala mu mabanja. Abagagga abakola ekintu bwe batyo bakikomye, ekintu ekyo kituyisa bubi, n'osigala agenze tasasudde. Mu butuufu agambye ngenda kukuwa abamu twawukanira naawe olw'ensonga weddamu okufa ate ogamba Franka amanje emitwalo 3 ate nzire ewooyo ekyafudde kyabiri ngendeya amanje n'asatu gange n'agenda ew'omulala.
But on top of doing this as his passion, he has gained a lot from his job.
Omulimu guno ngufunyeemu ebintu bingi kuba neerabirira famire yange nzimbyemu amaka gange wembeera n'ebirala bingi ebindabiridde kuba sejjusa kuba ngamba singa oba siri makanika singa nkola kikuba mpulira kyenjagala nga mpulira yessanyu lyange nze muluka noyingira bulabi awo nga njisenje ku kkubo nga nfu mpulira bubi njagala namu era kyovulaba nina ensonga egamba saagala kulemererwa nze siremererwa emotoka gye bandeetedde ekkanika saagala lemererwa era wekinnemerwa nyinza n'obuteebaka nze kiringa wonogamba emmotoka eyinza n'okunnemesa okulya emmere nga tewonye nga nebaka mpulira bubi lwaki eganye kuba mmanyi era njinoonyereza okutuuka paka ku ssaawa esembayo.
M. Frank, UCTV News.
And it is time now for Today in History. Once again, we do appreciate your time here on the Uganda Catholic Television. UCTV News is going to take a break.
UCTV, good news for all.
Come to the feast of heaven and earth. Come to the table of plenty. Come to the feast. Come to the banquet. Come to the table of plenty, where all life, all joy, all happiness, and all healing streams from.
What is this invitation for?
This invitation is about the World Mission Sunday and all the mission of the baptized. We are baptized and sent to invite all to this great banquet.
What is this mission and World Mission Sunday?
Pope Francis defines mission as a tireless going out to all men and women in the world, calling them, inviting them to encounter God and be in communion with Him. World Mission Sunday was created by Pope Pius XI in 1926 as a World Day of Prayer for all missionaries in the world. It is on this day that we recommit, we reawaken, and reignite our missionary enthusiasm.
When do we celebrate this Mission Sunday?
Now, the month of October is dedicated to praying and supporting all missions in the world. The celebrations of the World Mission Sunday normally happen on the second last Sunday of the month of October. This year, 2024, we are to celebrate World Mission Sunday on the 20th of October 2024 in all the different parishes where we hail from.
How do we celebrate this World Mission Sunday?
Now, brothers, we celebrate the World Mission Sunday, 1, by praying for all missions and missionaries in the world. 2, by contributing towards the smooth running of missionary work. Contribute materially and financially. 3, share the faith. Live a life of Christ. Live a life of Christ. This is an inspiration by your way of living.
And what is the theme of this year's celebration?
Pope Francis has given us a theme: go and invite all to the banquet. This comes from Matthew chapter 22 verse 9. As the king sends his servant to go, so the church sends all the baptized to go and invite everyone to this great banquet of the Lord. This is our life. This is our mission. This is our responsibility and vocation. We go and invite all to the banquet of the Lord. Come to the feast of heaven and earth. Come to the table of plenty. God will provide for all that you need here at the table of plenty. We are seminarians from St. Mbaga's Major Seminary, Gaba, in Theology 3. And we wish you a very happy World Mission Sunday Day. Come 20th October 2024. We wish you the very best. Come to the feast of heaven and earth. Come to the table of plenty.
UCTV, good news for all.
I'm Sunday Gloria Aboch, and I do wish you the best of this weekend. Good evening and good night.